Hello everyone, and thank you for taking your time today. My name is Frank Carlos Streicher, and I'm a COO at Omnizon Networks. Today, I will be taking you through how Omnizon has been able to reduce operating costs for our clients. Together, we'll be exploring how Omnizon IPaaS offering can help address the costs of your operations. But first, let me ask, have you seen this cost increase lately? We will go through the most typical examples of where we believe we can help reduce your costs. And we will illustrate how exactly we can help by showing you two typical return on investment business cases. Let's get started. As businesses, we all operate in what is being called a VUCA world, today more than ever. Looking back at the last 2 years, there is no doubt that the business life has got increasingly challenging for all of us. The acronym VUCA was first coined in the army, but is now widely applied to business and society. It describes a world which is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. Would you agree that you're experiencing a more VUCA business life in the last 2 or 3 years? Companies today face different global challenges. There is a high inflation rate, there is a huge supply chain bottleneck, the energy and commodity prices are rising, there is a great resignation syndrome, and the battle for talent. The problems seem never ending. And on an even more macro level, we are facing challenges relating to climate change, the resulting food supply crisis it is generating, and on top of that, war and refugee crises. These are all challenging issues indeed. Still, every healthy and forward-looking company wants their staff to live their lives to their full potential. They want to be innovative, creative, sell their products, and make a profit, not just to survive. Profit is still lifeblood of innovation. In theory, making profit is simple. Companies either increase revenues or decrease costs, but ideally they do both. Often though, in the absence of valuable innovation or lack of new markets to address, many companies feel the need, the urge, and even the pressure to decrease costs. Maybe we could argue that no matter your circumstances, this is simply a wise thing to do as a process of continual improvement. There are many ways to cut operational costs, and as we know, not all of them are universally popular. This is where we see IPaaS playing a significant role. It is a really great tool that will enhance even the best operation models and every single business integration process. If you want to decrease costs at the same time as with freeing up people to express themselves better for ultimate revenue increase, then look carefully at how IPaaS can help. This sounds promising, right? Let's see if we can identify some of the potential savings if you use our IPaaS. First of all, if you use IPaaS from a reliable external vendor, your integration costs are immediately going to be lower. If your company is managing B2B integration across the entire ecosystem in-house, then there is definitely a more optimal way to address this. For example, for in-house integrations, you're probably employing in-house developers to take care of it. As we're in the battle for talent, and professional developers are now, more than ever definitely, a hot commodity in the market, it is often a case that in-house developers are hard to keep, and as a result, more and more companies are outsourcing this function. With IPaaS, you do not have to worry about this. Integrations, even the fully customized ones, can be successfully completed with help of vendor. Another major benefit with IPaaS is that you won't have to make large investments in the infrastructure or take care of the burden of unforeseen costs related to integration projects. All infrastructure sits with the vendor, as well as the risk and cost of anything if it goes wrong. With IPaaS, your integration projects are made easy, or at least much easier. If you are planning an enterprise integration project, think seriously about IPaaS. Every part of integration happens on the platform. For example, you will get fast, efficient, and simple connection with non-digitalized partners, resulting in 100% efficient digitalization. There is no marginal cost for message-oriented middleware. There is no capital cost of hardware or hardware maintenance, which can be high, as companies are usually renewing hardware every 4 years or so. Naturally, integrations happen much faster on the platform as a service. For example, with Omnizon IPaaS, you can integrate new customers or suppliers, especially if they are not digitalized, in only a few clicks, using our customer or supplier portal functionalities. With IPaaS, your recruitment and training costs will definitely go down. This is one of the most tangible benefits of using IPaaS versus in-house B2B integration. With IPES, we are significantly reducing the human effort and the level of seniority needed to get the integration job done. From the experience of the other companies, we can see that for in-house integration projects, a company would usually need around 70% of the senior developers amongst the project team. This compares badly with IPES, where the need to deploy senior developers drops to 20% only. This is a significant reduction of costs. This comes from the few facts. There is no need to build new integration functionality each time. Even non-tech users can deploy integration projects. There is no need to train developers on new coding or certify them because those skills sit on the vendor side. And there is no need of significant training of new staff for integration projects. The knowledge stays in-house and you always have the support of your vendor. With IPES, there are far more benefits that are not directly measurable, such as boosting productivity, increasing staff efficiency, and reducing manual error rates. This comes from the fact that with IPES, integration tools are centralized and there are less errors in the daily operations of data exchange, both inside and outside of the company. Documents are rapidly modified into the format needed, data exchange information is accessed from one place, and the company enjoys the benefits of accurate and objective reporting. From this functionality alone, you will be saving time, money, and reputation. Let us talk a bit about environmental sustainability. Do you know how many millions of invoices and purchase orders have been unnecessarily printed, only to end up thrown away within minutes of being received? This is a huge amount of avoidable paper waste, not to mention the costs involved in transporting, collecting, or in some cases even recycling the paper. You know the saying, that meeting could have been an email? Well, then that invoice could have been an email too. Making the transition from a traditional paper-based businesses to a digitally based business is a huge step towards environmental sustainability that we should all strive for. For example, in the period from 2019 to 2021, a client of ours processed a total of 25 million files. This means that a single user of our platform has managed to save at least 2.5k trees in just 3 years. This cost and environmental damage can definitely be avoided.
Now we shall explore two return on investment cases for in-house integrations versus IPES. Return on investment case 1. In-house versus IPES for small and medium businesses. Let's start with some of the key assumptions for the case. IPES annual subscription for small and medium businesses covers 10,000 documents transferred monthly with standard support during working hours, 9 to 17 included in the license. For in-house integration case, we have human effort on the company's side of one full-time employee, mid-senior level developer profile. For IPES case, human effort on the company is 0.25 full-time employee, mid-senior level developer profile. Salary assumption is EU average 70k euros a year with increase of 1k euros per year. Cost of software is market average for integration licenses, which includes license plus renewal of license for the case period. Cost of hardware is market average EU for SMB needs, with hardware renewal once in a 4 years period. Let's check how this looks number-wise in our projected table. In the case of small and medium businesses, using IPES versus in-house integration is clearly a better cost option. Based on the given assumptions, we can see that return on investment from IPES is highest in the first year, 2.7 times, and quite significant and above industry benchmarks in the following 2 years. Overall average return on investment in IPES investment is 1.5 times over 3 years. As mentioned before, this is with support between 9 and 17 hours included within the annual subscription. Now we will check what changes if we go from SMB to enterprise option. Return on investment case 2. In-house versus IPES in enterprise. In this case, we have the following assumptions. IPES annual subscription for enterprise covers 50,000 documents transferred monthly with standard support 8 to 22 included in the license. For in-house integration case, we have human effort on the company side of 2 full-time employees, mid-senior level developer profile. For IPES case, human effort on the company is 0.25 full-time employee, mid-senior level developer profile. Salary assumption is EU average 70k euros a year with increase of 1k euros per year. Cost of software is market average for integration licenses, which includes license plus renewal of license for the case period. Cost of hardware is market average EU for enterprise needs, with hardware renewal once in 4 years period. Let's go again through our projected table. In case of larger companies, IPES is again clearly a better option, purely from a return on investment perspective. Again, return on investment is highest in the first year, 1.5 times or 150%, and the return over 3 years, under our given assumptions, is 95% of the initial investment. The return on investment in this case comes from the fact that with IPES your labor costs are significantly reduced. Also, one should calculate the renewal of hardware, which usually comes in year 4, which makes the return on investment in this case even better as the aggregate time horizon period extends. I wish to thank you all for your time and engagement. Should you have any questions, feel free to contact us via omnizon.net webpage, and we will gladly help you in all of your B2B integration efforts. Have a good day, and I hope you will join us on our next webinar.